what? I have a really fucking, I have a bad habit, and I
Mm.
realized it when we were at the hot sauce festival.
Biting your
Uh,
nails, I saw.
I will, fuck no. Okay, if there's one thing about me,
Look at these nails. These nails look nice.
I will never bite my nails.
I like a little nibble here and there.
You know how I feel about finger stuff,
Yeah, that's right. So
right?
like, okay, so this is perfect. You're wearing a Cheetos shirt.
Yep.
You know what I do anytime I eat Cheetos?
Uh-huh. Nope.
Gotta suck all the
Nope.
Cheeto dust off your fingers.
I refuse to um I refuse to suck stuff off my fingers.
But you'll suck things off toes.
I okay, but that's different. So, okay. And no, it's different because look,
Well, you're not grabbing everything with your toes.
fingers are so salty, and it's just weird when people just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm just going to suck each finger."
What about like a wet willy?
Or what about a purple nurple? Or wait, no,
Oh God,
it's
I
all
got the
titties.
I got the I got the treatment when I was like 16 years old from a friend. He went boom, and he did like the like he went all the way around and twisted.
Wait, he actually purple nurpled you?
Oh yeah, like a nipple twisty for sure.
So okay.
We used to nipple twist each other all the time, like in high school.
Or what's the other one? A swirly?
Where you dunk their head in the
You just hold
toilet
them
and then
until
you
they stop
flush it.
breathing. Oh wait,
That might be murder.
yeah, that is 100% murder. Um, okay, so my I have a habit of going somewhere and always saying that it's my favorite thing ever.
Yes, you did do
And
that.
I don't know if it's because I just like do that as a way to like hype people up, but I need to get better at like
Yeah.
whenever we go anywhere, I say,
You said, "Oh,
"Yo,
my favorite day of the year," and I said,
right
"I
now."
called you on it."
You
And
said,
I'm
"No, it's
sorry for
not."
calling you. I said, "Is it really, Greg? Like the whole year?
And I was like, "You're right." And then so that dude's just standing there like
Do you want to buy hot sauce or you
torn off. Yeah, so I need to, so what can I do to not like, why is that my go-to like nervous thing?
Yeah, you want to. So it seems like you want to impress, right?
Maybe.
How can you impress without saying, "Oh, my favorite, the best"? And you always do it. You'll commit to it and be like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna
I'm gonna
buy some of
totally
this hot
buy something
sauce."
or come to this or do this. This is my favorite, my favorite thing. I think
You
that
know what? As William Hung says, saying no is saying yes to yourself. I think that you need to practice not pleasing everybody.
because I have a problem with trying to make, I don't know if it's like even like to like people, make people like me, because we were going amongst people we mostly already knew or
Yeah.
met at some point,
Yeah. There was no
um
urge to please.
no, and like, so I don't understand why I immediately went to the
It might just be a bad habit. Not as bad
maybe,
as biting your nails, but that could be a bad
yeah,
habit. You got to
it's up
break it.
there. So let's talk hot sauce fest, right? This is the first time you and I have been alone together in a while.
Oh.
um And so, what did you think compared to
It
last year's?
sucked. Just kidding.
Horrible.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
Yep.
I really liked. There were new hot sauces. There were some that I missed. Earthquake wasn't there, I don't think, and I wanted to get some from them that I really liked from last year. But it gave me a chance to buy. I think I walked home with like 8 bottles of hot sauce. So I ran the gamut
And I
of
think
sauce.
the vibe at this one was just as good as the vibe this year was just as good as last year. I think the only difference was, um, yeah, the vendors were different. For the most part, but there was still a lot of uh, returning individuals, and I got to be a guest judge.
Yes, you did. Tell me how that went.
So there were three categories, and so I guess you submit. I think the way it works is you submit a hot sauce, but when we were tasting them, it was blind, right? So it was just labeled 1 through 18 on a bottle. But I think when you submit it, I don't know. I think some of the people were making hot sauces just for the event. Like you couldn't buy that.
Mm.
So you would. I did the first category, which was for hot sauces that would go on to, that would pair well with like seafood.
Okay. Okay.
So all the hot sauces were like one of two colors. They were like dark red or they were really yellow.
Ugh.
And so,
For a
but
nice seafoody hot sauce.
I was looking forward to the yellow one because I thought, okay, yellow probably means not as hot.
Because
So by like
green, yellow,
yeah,
red,
and
go, caution, stop.
no, it was still just hot the whole time. And so I only did one category. It didn't make me like throw up, but I
Yeah.
felt sick because it was what 18 just shots.
And it was
I
like,
did it.
were they in little, were they putting them on spoons for you?
Putting it on like a legitimate teaspoon, like just a regular plastic spoon filled,
Because you had to taste it.
and I tasted it. So
But
did that.
the back to back like that would fuck me up because I don't think that I could do it and then like taste it and then go on to the next one immediately like that
Well,
and then taste that one again.
and it's also it's hard because you want to make sure your spoon is clean because you don't want to mix the two. So then I'm like sitting there like trying to lick the excess off.
Yeah, you were lip spooning or tooth spooning.
I tooth spoon. So are you a lip spooner or a tooth spooner?
Always got to clean it with your lips,
Is
like one
it?
of those.
I'm pretty sure using your teeth is actually terrible for your teeth.
Oh God, yeah,
Has to
no,
be.
you're using like a metal spoon.
Yeah, but I
All right.
do that, and Arlo does that.
Oh,
Okay, so for those listening, tooth spooning or lip spooning, what's the best? What's the best way to clean your spoon?
you know, it might be a different answer for different foods, right?
So, okay, a pudding. A pudding is a pretty clean eat, would you say? Until you get that bottom, it does that bottom curve thing where it coats the bottom part of the
Well,
spoon.
then you just got to lick that, right?
You just like it. But what
Is
if
lip
it's
spooning the opposite? I know what tooth spooning is. I think I might have made lip spooning up.
okay? But look,
Is it just clean the spoon with your mouth somehow?
cleaning the spoon with your
Like
mouth.
I'm almost imagining SpongeBob like,
Well, or I saw something, and it was a scene from not Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think that's the remake. Whichever one came
is
out
it
in
the
like
one with
2005 with Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp? Yeah.
And someone was like, "There's no way that Mrs. Bucket would be poor and homeless with those like lip skills." And she's like sucking on the fucking little piece of chocolate. Um, but if you're eating soup and you're eating a ricey soup, right? You have to use your teeth to get the soup, like get the rice from the soup off the spoon. It's the only way.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
a nice
different strokes for
combination of the
different
two.
folks.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they say.
Yes. You know what I really wanted to ask you?
Mhm.
I've been pondering this like crazy, and we've actually Shay and I have been arguing about
Okay.
when this happens, when the difference happens. 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, right?
Mhm.
You get up, you get out of bed, you go take a piss, and you go back to bed, right? You would say that's going back to bed.
How long were you up?
You're just taking a piss.
So a minute total.
1 minute, right? You're going
That's going back to
You're
bed.
going
Yep.
you're going back to bed.
Mhm.
All right. You don't get up and just piss. You get up, you piss, you go downstairs, you grab a quick bite to eat, like a bag of animal crackers, pour yourself a cup of water, and you go back upstairs and you go to bed. You go back to bed, right?
That's going back to bed.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go.
Yep.
You get up, go piss, you go to brunch, you put clothes on, and then you come back home after you had a couple cocktails
And a meal, essentially.
and a meal, and then you crawl back in bed. Is it going back to bed or is it at that point taking a nap?
That's taking a nap.
That's taking a nap.
Yep.
Is leaving the house, I think if you leave the house, then is it taking a nap if you would just want to crawl back into bed?
I don't even know. Yeah. So yeah, because look, if you're leaving the house now, if I'm like stumbling and I'm grabbing animal crackers and a water, you can do that like
Oh, and you're
halfway.
doing it and you're trying to like not open your eyes as much as possible so that it
Sure.
still looks like you're sleeping.
Because how many times have you rolled over, grabbed even water from the nightstand, and then you're like, oh, and you're like eating a little something, and then that's not, but
I just want to go like this,
and then
rub my
just
belly,
choke.
go back to bed.
But if you make the conscious decision to get into a vehicle or a vehicle with somebody, drive, even getting dressed, those are all decisions that you have to make. Yeah, you're just taking a nap. Yep.
Yeah, you come back and then you take a nap. You're not
Yep.
going back to bed.
Nope.
Yeah, once you leave the property, maybe I could go
Wait,
get the mail, maybe, and go back to
does
bed. But
Shay think that that's still going back to bed?
yeah, she's pretty adamant that that's going back to bed.
Nope, that's
It's
taking
taking
a
a
nap.
nap.
Unless you don't wake up until the next day. And then I guess in theory, it is going back to bed because so,
Sure.
you know, when does a nap become sleep?
Okay, so Shay's about to go to sleep right now. It's getting dark out right
Yeah, it's
now.
dark out. Yep. It's 8 o'clock.
But here's the thing: she never goes to bed at 8 o'clock.
Like she's going to bed.
I think so. I think
Wow.
so. But here's
Okay.
the thing: actually, she will not stay asleep. Right now, she's taking a fucking nap, and she doesn't even know it.
And
Because
that
she's gonna just take a fucking nap, and then she's gonna be up at 1 o'clock in the morning. She's
fucking
gonna
off on
start,
your phone.
and then I'm gonna come to bed because we're gonna play fucking Verdansk after
It's
this.
back, baby.
Verdansk.
We got to talk about
Yep.
that too.
Yep. And then I'm gonna come to bed late. I'm gonna wake her up, and she's gonna start grabbing my dick, and I'm saying, "No, I'm trying to go to bed," and I'll go, "All right."
You sure about that? You sure?
So you know what? This won't be so bad. This will be
Okay,
nice.
but look, that is a dangerous game to play. So I went to bed last night at 8:55 and I was sick though. So it's different if you're sick. But if I went to bed at 8:55 tonight, I would be up at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. Maybe not at all. Or if I do, then you fall back asleep at 5, and then your alarm ticks at 6. And then it's like, well,
Uh huh.
so yeah,
Yeah, it's
she's
bad.
taking a nap.
She's taking a nap. She'll be back up soon.
And she will, if she gets up at any time now, she's fucked. Like I think y- when can you not take that nap? Like when should you fuck off?
I mean, if you take a nap before, I guess if you take a nap after 7:30, sunset, after sunset,
Yeah,
you can't take a nap. You can't take a nap after sunset.
what if you yeah, agreed. Agreed. And I think the best naps are sick naps.
Oh, and you were really sick.
I
Did
was.
you have it coming out of both ends, or
Uh
was it just like,
it was and it was weird like I so last night all I fucking wanted was McDonald's. Like I didn't eat all day. That's all I wanted. I just wanted McDonald's. I don't know. It was
I
like
think
one
you
of those.
deserve that if you've been sick all day.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I did a good job being sick today.
Yeah,
Let me
right.
reward myself.
And I had McDonald's, and
So let me guess, you door dashed it $30.
um it was actually significantly cheaper because I had a bunch of points in the
Okay.
app.
Okay.
But even so, like
Okay.
I wanted it. That's what we were having for dinner,
Yeah.
and then I ate it and I felt horrible. But
Ah,
like I really wanted that. Today I've been able to like I had dinner and that's been going all right. But I definitely napped hard. Like I napped from 3 to 6 yesterday. And it didn't like I was still then able to go back to bed, but that was different.
yeah. Being sick. That's a asterisk.
If you're going to bed after taking a nap after 6, you're fucked.
Hmm.
You're fucked. Then you just have to fight through it. All you need to really get to is I would say like 9:30, and you could probably sleep until the next day.
I have an unhealthy relationship with sleep. I
Yeah.
just don't prioritize sleep. My motto, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I think that motto is probably going to put me in the grave sooner, but that's just my motto. It's the time, and that only happened since I became a father, because as soon as you become a father or a parent, you have like work time and sleep time, and then you have taking care of your child time. But if you want more of you time, you have to replace one of those things. You can't really replace work time because you still need to make money. You can't replace taking care of your child time because you have to take care of your child.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
So it has to come from sleep time. So you lose sleep time when
So,
you become a parent.
I mean, is it Bring Me the Horizon? And I'm pretty sure like the first song that I ever heard from them, the opening line is what is it? We will never sleep.
Because
Sleep is for the
sleep is for
weak,
the weak.
and we
Or
will never rest till we're all fucking dead.
Okay.
And so, I mean, so if they're saying it, it has to be true.
Yeah, I believe it.
Um,
I'm actually going to start saying that.
Hell yeah. And also, speaking of like famous people and things, shout out Mario Lopez.
You, Mario Lopez, liked something. What was it? What was it that you
I
posted?
posted that video, or I shared that video of us talking about what was that movie with Megan Fox where she was the android,
Subservient.
and we we were talking about how the dude fucks her, and
Yeah.
he's trying to justify it to the wife that it's not cheating,
Yeah, it's like a
and
sex
he
toy.
says, "You use a vibrator,"
Yeah.
and I think we mentioned it was like something along the lines of, "Well, you could put a face on your vibrator, and who would you choose?" And I said, "Mario Lopez." So
Did you?
so so that's where that came from.
Are you
So
fucking kidding me?
and he saw it.
And he
We
liked it.
so we no, he didn't like
Or
it, he just saw it.
wait, do you think
Yeah.
that one of his friends was like, "Hey, Mario"?
Yeah, so I hashtagged him. I don't even think I, like, tagged him, I just hashtagged him, so he saw it, but you know what? That makes me happy. You know who did like Doctor Squatch liked one of our things, so we have that going for us. Mario Lopez did not. But
Jesus
that's not to
Christ,
say
that's
he didn't
funny.
appreciate it. He
Sure,
could've,
sure,
you
sure,
know?
sure, sure. Yeah, I'm not very good at liking things. You made me cry with that. I forgot that that
Yeah,
happened.
it wasn't like it was something, like, sincere or like, "Well, I take that back." I mean,
I mean, you definitely would
I
paste
would
a tape of.
100% put I mean, Mario Lopez is pretty good looking for being, and he's gotta be kinda old now, right?
He's handsome.
He is.
He's a handsome old man.
But it's funny seeing people view, like, kind of questionable fucking posts or whatever.
Well, and they don't know us, so that was taken probably very seriously.
Oh, yeah, probably. But all you need to do is just pan through our shit and,
Yeah, I think you could tell pretty quickly.
but let's back up a little bit. You mentioned
Hmm.
Verdansk.
Yeah, I did.
So, for those of you that play Call of Duty, Verdansk was the OG well, not the OG, but it was like the first like real true battle royale wars, and they fucked with it a couple games prior to that, but it was like free to play. But the thing with Verdansk is it came out at really when the pandemic like was just beginning and
Hmm.
through like the peak. So like I think it dropped March 2020,
That's COVID.
and
COVID baby.
it's weird because so it came out and Isla was just born, so like I had time kind of to play it like intermittently, but we didn't expect everything to just shut down. And like for me, I was out on parental leave, so I was just at home playing that game all the time,
Hmm.
all the time, and we were playing it for hours every night. And how good was that,
Oh
man?
yeah, it was different. It
It
was
was,
like you knew that's what we were going to do that night. There was
and
no question about it.
it was way different. So we played a lot of PUBG,
Right.
and like a lot of PUBG. And that was really the introduction of like for like
Battle
that was the
Royale
first time I
games.
fucked with battle royale games,
Yep, for
right?
sure. And it was a slow crawl, slow pace. You could be playing that game. There's 100 motherfuckers.
Yep.
You're playing for 25 minutes. You might see a guy running off over a hill in the distance, and you're don't take the shot, soap.
Don't do it.
Just don't take the
Don't
shot, and you're
do it.
and you get to the towards the end, final circle or two, and then you just get fucking sniped in the head
That's
like
it.
car
You die.
98, and
Yep.
you die, and then that you just wasted 30 minutes.
And unlike like Call of Duty, it was
Dead. You're just dead.
you're
And
dead,
then you got
dead,
to watch your boy
fucking
not
dick
do
off for
anything. And I think that we would generally be kind to each other and just, all right, I'm gonna get in the car and just drive.
unless so there was like a cutoff. So it's like first like 20 minutes, yeah, we're gonna go for it, just die. But like if we're at the end, no, we're just
Yeah,
down
here,
one.
hold this grenade.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And friendly fire was on, but it was one of those games where like it didn't really work that well for a lot of people on the consoles. So
Yeah.
like you would drive and then a building would appear and you would be stuck in the building and your car would explode or you would spawn in a staircase and you couldn't get out.
Yep.
But Verdansk was also going back to Call of Duty was special because like it just played so well and there was so much that you could do. There were so many fun like antics. But then also we would be playing and then, oh, what's this? $2,400 from the government. We were getting our Jodo at that
Yeah, that's
time.
right. We were getting paid.
And yeah,
Then
we were
stimmy
getting how you
checks.
say hashtag blessed by Papa Joe Biden. And I think DTZ also gave us a little
I think so too. And I think you know
what were
what?
they
There's
called? What did they call them?
stimulus checks.
Stimulus
Stimmy.
checks.
We got our stimmies.
We got our stimmies, but we got like
Got our stimmies and our chicken nuggies.
chicken nuggets. We got, I mean, it was untaxed money, right? So yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Well,
probably was.
I mean, I think it was like $1,200
You
like a
know, we pay for
person.
that inflation right now.
Shit, I can't even afford eggs.
No.
Um, I saw something about like the price of cars going up like 25% or some shit. Or like we won't be able to
I got.
afford iPhones anymore.
I know. I know.
Someone
Well,
was like, it turns out we do actually need other countries.
well, fuck me because Silas, he's about to turn 10, and I think
What
at
happens at
around
10?
10 years old, I think you want to buy him a cell phone. A lot of the kids in his school and a lot of the kids in his class, a lot of his friends have cell
I
phones.
mean, he has an iPad almost, so like the phone isn't that big of a leap. I
Right.
feel
It's
like,
not. It's not. It's
like
not a huge step. Like he's still on calls with his buddies on his
yeah.
iPad, but he'll like be playing Fortnite on his Xbox, but on a call like Facebook Messenger. I think not all the kids have
Why don't they just
um,
party chat? Oh, because they're not probably all on.
the same console.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, back
But
in our day, we had to
actually go to a friend's house to play multiplayer games
yeah,
at that age, 10 years
or
old.
you all had Xbox or you just didn't fucking get to talk to that person,
True. Yeah.
like that was it. Yeah, I think a cell phone, what age is appropriate like phone? Is it 10, 11, 12? I don't know.
I mean anymore I think it's around 10.
Well,
That's
especially
that's that's what I'm getting
and
from.
he's doing stuff too. You know what I mean? So it's probably good for him to now, do you get him an iPhone?
I like the infrastructure that we already have built
Yeah.
in. We have the big family plan for the Apple Music, Apple TV, and the storage. I can limit his stuff really well from like right from my phone. I could give him an allowance on there if I really want to.
It's tough, man. Like iPhones are so expensive.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get him a used one. I'm definitely just gonna get him a used one.
But
Like,
you know what? I got this just give him that old one you got.
oh, that thing is way too
This
fucking
hardly
old.
works.
Actually,
Uh
I can't. So that's funny. I gave that to Shay's dad because he needs uh, to set up his Alexa. I didn't want to activate one, but you now need like an app to set that up. And
doesn't he have a smartphone?
no, my man still has the old like flip, like
How do you live
Samsung flip
life without
phone.
being able to watch porn in your hand?
Well, so I gave him that phone and I set up. He has like a Mac, so he's kind of already in that world. So now I'm scared to go back and touch that phone again. Now that I gave that to him, so it's
So
his. It's his. He's keeping it.
you think he like watches porn on it?
I don't know. Probably.
Big old titties. Just fucking like that's his thing.
Oh God. So I do just like IT adjacent work, and I people are like, yeah, go ahead. I don't do technology like that, and then they'll hand me their phones, and I'll go, now I don't want to. I don't want to go through anything. I'm not trying to like see anything on your phone, and they're like, no, it's good. If I ever fucking I click this link and it opens up Safari, boom, porn. Always, fucking always. And then I immediately go, I'm going to wash my hands immediately after this. I mean, I know cell phones are dirty, right? But then seeing porn, which when a motherfucker's just watching porn on their phone, you know what they're doing.
So
So that just feels worse.
there's this scene. Do you ever see the movie Central Intelligence
Uh-uh.
with The Rock and Kevin Hart? And so
Uh-uh.
Kevin Hart's like in this vehicle with the FBI, and this dude is like, "Is this the person?" And he's like, that's just that's just red tube." And I feel like it's the same thing, where
You do that to me all the fucking time. I'll come in this fucking waiting room here and you just sharing your screen. It's just porn playing.
which is so kudos. Shout out Riverside for letting me do that.
I love that
Um,
they don't limit that.
I feel like if I try, no, you know what?
Go ahead, toss one up right now.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Don't do that.
let me put that in. Um, yeah, I've to go back to the cell phone thing. So I was in eighth grade when I got my first cell phone, but times were different. Like there was no iPhone, you got a flip phone.
Sure.
And so, how old are you in eighth grade? You're like 13
Yes, probably.
ish. You're 13,
Yeah.
14,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah. Yep.
but it was different because like there.
I thought if you were asking me how old I was in eighth grade, and I was like, oh, is it different?
I
Okay.
mean,
Yes.
yes. So, but I think looking back, like I would have probably had one at an earlier age,
I mean,
maybe.
if it was up to you,
Sure.
yeah, it's just different. But if you go to somebody that's 10 years older than me, they're going to say, I didn't get a cell phone until I graduated from high school and had a job. But that's just like how it was. Cell phones weren't as common or frequent then as they were when I was in school, because I'm a little bit older than you. I got one in ninth grade when I started to do sports after school, just so that I could like call my mom, and I had
Right.
fucking minutes on my AT&T Nokia brick. I never got the fucking Motorola Razor. I was
I
not
wanted one.
cool.
I wanted one so bad.
I did too. They were very fucking cool.
They were cool.
Weren't we just talking about ringbacks with somebody? Or what?
With Jason.
Jason. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
so. I also didn't have any of those because I wasn't allowed to add anything to my mom's bill.
but two, like, yeah, they were by the minutes, and you do you remember like what was it? Roaming was a thing, and I didn't even know what that meant, but like certain areas meant you were roaming, or like weren't like minutes free from like
Oh yeah, 9 o'clock I
9 p.m.
think.
to 6 a.m. or something. So
So
that would
you would,
be
if you were on the phone and you knew you like, oh, start a call at 8:30, and be like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna hang up. I'll call you back right
yup,
at 9:01 to make sure that these minutes are free. And I
yup.
don't know if it would have just like continued to be to cost if you didn't do that, but I know I wasn't taking the chance.
But even now, like, dude, that would be crazy to have. Imagine having a non like a plan with minutes versus like unlimited is all I know.
Do they exist still?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are called burner phones.
Oh, okay, sure.
Um, but like for me, like I have Xfinity Mobile, which is through Verizon.
You get a new
Um,
cell phone plan like every fucking 3 months.
well, the only reason I got it, and you know what? Shout out Xfinity. We switched from Verizon to Xfinity Fiber, and it's fast.
Yeah.
It's fucking fast. So, I got a free phone plan with it. So
Okay. Yeah.
it
Worth.
just was a free phone plan. So
Yeah.
that's $40 a month. I don't have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
That's sweet. I need to be better about that. I was just talking to somebody. I'm paying more than I was ever paying for cable for all my subscription services.
well,
I don't.
because the
I don't know
problem
how
is
to get around it.
you can't. So, well,
Just
shout out
not fucking.
Xfinity. So my plan has Peacock, Apple TV, even though I already have Apple TV, and Netflix all included for $14.99 a month, which is
But do you have
Netflix is
any of
like,
the versions with like,
dude,
with ads?
they're all fucking ads. I guarantee it. They're not the so like we have Peacock right now that we pay for without ads. Well, that's $14.99 a month. Netflix is $22.99 a month. Disney Plus. I think I do have the ads Disney Plus, and that's it's
Here's
all
what. Here's what I think I'm just gonna have to start doing. I think I'm just gonna cut them all except for the ones that we already pay for. Like we already pay for Apple because we have the big family
yep.
membership for Apple, so we have Apple TV. Which, by the way, did you watch Severance?
Severance is the one with uh
Michael, no,
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, not
Yeah.
Michael
No,
Scott.
I did it. Did you finish it?
No, not yet. I'm halfway through season 2. That shit's fucking crazy.
Is it?
It's good. I won't say anything about it, but I highly recommend. It's good. Someone pitched it to me. They were like, it's almost like how Lost brought up new questions every week's episode. You have like new mysteries. This one kind of does that, but not. But it's in like an office setting. So basically, these people choose to be severed, and when you're severed, as soon as you like take the elevator down into your office, you check out, and then you just wake up at the end of the workday taking the elevator back up. But while you're down in the office, they call it an innie. Your innie does your workday for you.
Oh wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, but your innie, it's its own person. You like their innie,
Okay.
they wake up on a table and they don't know anything.
Is this every day? It's a different any, or it's the same any?
Same innie every
Okay,
day.
all right.
So like they get to know each other, but all they know is the severed floor of the office.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Do they
It's
ever like break out?
it's a good show. It's a
Yeah.
good show. There's a lot that they do with just that. I'm surprised
Yeah.
how much they're able to do with it. But it's a little bit of a mindfuck. I highly recommend.
Jenna was watching I think Paradise with Sterling K. Brown and James Marsden. Not John
Okay.
Marsden. That's Red Dead.
James
James
Marsden.
Marsden.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Marsden is the guy who played Cyclops, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And I guess like there's like a nuclear war, so they go to live in a mountain, like an under. So it's
Did you
like
call it Paradise?
paradise. It's on Apple TV. Apple TV has some good shows. I mean, fucking Ted Lasso, Schmigadoon.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Um, but the only one that I would be perfectly fine with cutting, but Jenna likes to watch shows on there, would be Netflix. Would be the first to go. Bye.
Oh, Black Mirror comes out soon.
Up, right?
How about
Okay,
this? Here's what I'm gonna do. This is my plan. This is my plan. I'm just going to cut all of them. Everything that I can cut without like losing something integral in my life, like
sure.
that, like the Apple and the Amazon Prime. Actually, we might cut fucking Amazon Prime. How badly do I need to get that shit in one day?
But
Not
then,
that badly.
do you watch shows on?
Sometimes.
So
But
that what?
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start cycling them. Hey guys, right now we are an Apple TV and a Max family.
Are you gonna do it like Crumble Cookie, where every fucking week you just get
Yep,
a new service?
yep. It might be once a month. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for the month,
Okay.
and then hey, guess what? Cancel Max. We're gonna watch all the Netflix shows. Oh, I'm ready for the new Hulu TV show. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Well, okay. So, do you have Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, so Netflix. Do you have? You have. I'm gonna leave out Apple TV because we pay for that with our Apple Music. Like that just is what it is.
All right, ready? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run through them.
Yep, run through them.
Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
Hulu,
Yep.
Max,
Mm-hmm.
Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what else is there?
Do you have Paramount Plus?
No, I think I might be the only one that we don't have.
So that's $48 a month.
Probably at least dog.
How much?
No,
But do you have cable also?
we do have cable,
Oh, okay. Well, that's your fucking problem.
but we have the most basic bitch cable package of all time. Isn't there a way to do? I'm really actually curious about this. The little digital satellites that you could like put up in your window or on a like a north facing wall to face towards the like the broadcasting station, and you can like pick up free cable. So
Yeah.
like if the Phillies game is playing
Just get a satellite.
on Fox 29, it's not like a satellite. Is it a satellite? No,
Yeah,
it's like it's like a antenna.
It's an
But
antenna.
like
It's an. You
yes.
plug it in and just
I'll
pick
just like
local broadcast. Yep.
put it right. Okay.
Yep.
Because I remember when they did the change. When did they turn off like the analog,
Yeah, well-
like rabbit ears, and then they went to all digital.
Yep.
But the digital still travels through the air.
So Jenna's dad Wayne, he used to do that to get because we don't get for whatever reason the Baltimore games in Delaware. So
Okay.
he would do that to be able to
Oh, because we
take
get Philly games.
We get Phillies, but not Baltimore. So he would do that to watch the Ravens play. And yeah, it was perfectly fine. You know what you could also do? Um, some of the I'm trying to think. So some of the apps, like it might be Hulu, I think has like some ABC shit or like some broad. It's very confusing. Like I miss the days where it was channels 1 to 99
Sure.
and only like 40 of them were legit channels.
Yeah, the
And
rest
that's how
were
you
nothing.
bullshit. But that's how you watch stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. But was that better, or is that just what?
Fuck no.
No, it was simpler.
It was simpler, but having how nice is it to say, "Hey, I want to watch that scene from The Walking Dead season 2, episode 20 when Rick does this." And you can just go on YouTube and fucking find it.
That's your fingertips.
Or you want to watch the whole episode, you can also do that. And I saw something and it was like the future is going to, and it was kind of crazy because this was from like the 80s and they're like, "One day you'll have this TV and you'll be able to see what Eric's wearing and buy it." Well, you can do that shit now. Like if you're watching a YouTube video and it'll say, click here to buy, you can do that now.
I
We
hate
made it.
I hate it.
We did it.
You know how cheap I am? I hate like consumerism. That's why I hate Christmas. That's why I'm not a big Christmas fan. Just because of that. Thanksgiving is better. Thanksgiving is just Christmas without the worry of having to buy gifts for people.
That's what I hate. Like, so obviously, buying gifts for the kids, like that's fun because they get to open it. They're excited. But like
Sure.
Jen and I don't really do gifts because it's like, one, we're broke, but two, like if you want something really bad, just go buy it, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all coming from the same like pot of money.
Trying to be better about that, but peep my fucking slippers.
Wait, are they all just fucking just
So I asked for slippers this Christmas.
uh
Didn't get them.
so
Didn't get them.
uh I have a giant hole in my shoe
Yeah.
and like shit's just expensive, so I'm just
So I'm just waiting till Christmas for my slippers. I'm just gonna go 2 years
just
with these slippers.
well, it's hard to like or when people don't want to do like like I love gift cards. If I'm gonna get a gift, give me cash or a gift card because then like I can get whatever I want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm perfectly cool with just like just give me a gift card or like some Xbox money or
Sure.
something. I don't know.
The
Uh,
things that I want. Actually,
yes.
playing video games saves me money because I don't go out on a certain night, whatever night that is that I would be going out. Actually, since Shay started working her night job sometimes, I go out so much less. Like we don't go out for a night out on the town and spend $150 at the bar.
Yeah, it's hard, and so for us, well, it doesn't cost us. We've officially gotten to a point in the podcast where we're not spending money anymore because we got everything,
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but and then gaming just costs us the subscription fee each month, and but then we will do that for 4, 5, sometimes like 6 hours in a night,
yeah.
and then that alone paid for the entire, I believe, the entire subscription of that month.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. The
in
month
one
is paid for.
week.
It was
Yep.
taken care of. You got your values worth of it in one night.
Yep,
Hmm.
and if there's one expenditure in my life that I can justify, it's that one.
For sure. Oh, it would be a sad day if I ever just said meh to video games.
But some people are so anti video games. And like the people
That
that like,
never
I
made
would
any
never
sense
let
to
my
me.
husband, I'll never let my husband do that. My thing is like, okay, like anything, if you do it too much and you start neglecting real life, then yes, okay, that's an issue. But that's no different than fucking jerking off and not fucking doing anything, or I'm getting drunk, and not doing anything. But for whatever reason, video games get such like a bad rap.
Yeah. I warned Shay when we very first started dating. I said, "Hey, babe, I play video games. They were there before you, and they'll be there after you. Like, so, I love you, but, don't ever try to make me stop." She got the message loud and clear. She lets me play games all the time, but I still do stuff. Like, I'll
Well,
still,
right.
like, do laundry, take care of the kids. Like I said earlier,
You have a
it's like you
job.
just have to, yep, yep. Now, if I was ever unemployed, hello, Twitch streaming. That's all I'm going to do.
Yup.
And just not make any money off of that.
Not with that attitude.
That's right. I'm going to start streaming on
Catch me
OnlyFans.
on what was the on Mixer? Was that the fucking fan?
I think
Was that a
so. Did
Microsoft?
Microsoft bought that? But then they
Yeah.
bought Twitch, I think.
Well, I think they created Mixer because remember they signed Ninja to some ridiculous fucking contract. Speaking of ridiculous contracts, this fucking I don't know much about baseball, but I saw that someone just signed a 14-year, $500 million contract.
Was it the dude from the Dodgers?
Yeah, or did you see that?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But do you know who I'm talking about?
Wait, if he's the guy from the Dodgers, he's like, hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. He
What is it?
signed
Big baseball. Big
big,
baseball contract.
and it'll be the top one. It was a 14-year, 500 mil contract.
Well, the biggest baseball, apparently to AI overview, the biggest baseball contract in history is a 15-year, $765 million deal signed by Juan Soto with the New York Mets.
What year was that?
Oh, this contract surpasses the previous record set by Shohei Ohtani. That's the guy I was talking about. His $700 million deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
So I'm sorry, it was the Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. agrees to 14-year, $500 million contract. That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy money. It's insane.
Well, the thing is with baseball, like, okay, I don't want to say like one sport is less physical, but baseball, you have 1,000 games a season. However,
That's crazy though. That's
that is
tough.
great.
That's
That's great.
tough.
But would you rather play 1,000 baseball games or how many football games are there? 18. I would rather do the baseball.
I mean, For my body,
Yeah.
baseball for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I'm not
Like,
saying that's not hard. It's definitely hard.
but
Still, even on your body. But like these guys aren't getting knocked over the head every day.
I feel like too, like,
What are those
so
things? CTEs.
CTEs, and that's why I feel like a lot of football players don't get these 10-year contracts unless you're randomly Patrick Mahomes. And I don't want to say randomly, but like the fact that he got a 10-year, $450 million contract is crazy. But I think it's very hard to argue that he's not one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in a long time, as much as people may or may not like the Chiefs, right? But
Yeah.
still, like, you would never see, I feel like, a football player be like, hey, Eric, you trying to sign this 14-year contract?
Right.
It's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
The longevity isn't there for football.
But at what point do you sign that contract and just like
Start
fucking nut?
just fuck off.
Well, but too, like,
Oh, not like just fucking go. Yeah.
if
Like how much does the contract have to be for me to just go?
Yeah,
Like
if someone
cream.
came to us and they said, "Here is a 3-year, $50 million contract,"
Am I creaming my pants for that? 3 year, 50 mil. Well, we got to split it.
we got to
Hold
split
on.
it. So
Hold on.
say taxes first. So say 25 million between the two of us
All right. So
for
hold
3
on.
years.
That's a lot of zeros. To 25 mil divided by 3 for 3 years.
Yep.
Annual salary of 8.3 mil divided by 2. That's an annual salary of 4.1
I would probably
mil.
cream my pants.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot
That's
of
a
money,
lot of money.
and that's
Okay.
after taxes too.
Sure. Let's do it.
So
All right, Greg. I'm sold.
you have to twist my arm. But it's crazy when you hear about like people signing big contracts for podcasts. And I think Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey signed this massive contract for New Heights. And like that to me is, I don't want to say like we're doing it to hopefully get that, but like, you got to be working towards something.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
Obviously. Yeah.
but that's like I'm creaming for $100 million.
Is that the big one?
Isn't that what Joe Rogan wasn't his
Really?
for
Yeah,
like
for
100
Spotify.
mil?
Yeah, Spotify paid the fuck out of him. But I think that's over now, and he's back to all.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's not exclusive with Spotify anymore.
Well, what's the other one? Rumble. Or was Rumble supposed to be the YouTube competitor, or was it
I
supposed to
don't
be the
know.
Spotify competitor?
I'm not sure. I don't know Rumble.
Exactly.
Womp.
I don't know. Like for me, if you're consuming your media, do you use Spotify?
No,
Me
never.
neither. I don't think I understand Spotify.
No. I mean, because we're stuck in Apple. So like,
I love Apple, just how Apple has everything for me.
yeah, I already pay for it. So
Yeah, and Spotify's confusing too because like you can upload videos, but it doesn't love it when you do that.
oh, for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I alternate. Like if it's giving me a hard time uploading, I notice when I just upload the audio, we get more listens than when I do the video and the audio. So I've pretty much just exclusively limited us to
Yeah,
audio
just keep
on
it audio
Spotify.
there, and we'll just keep video on YouTube. Fuck yeah.
You know what? A little bit of everybody. And I would like to say that I started optimizing our YouTube.
Yes, you did. It looks dope, actually. Please, everybody, go check it out. It is actually really cool looking.
I'm starting to change the like the thumbnails for our. I was using a thumbnail that I like, but I'm starting to kind of make it more fun and try to draw attention. I've noticed while doing that, we started to get more followers and subscribers.
That's it.
That's it. So I've kind of I worked with Jenna to like, all right, this is what I think. Like, how can I make it look like this? Sorry, Eric, I sent it to you after it was done, but I knew your taste.
I don't need the approval. You don't need my approval. You're good.
But yeah, so I started doing that, and then I realized a coworker of ours said, "Hey, I couldn't find this video," and I went in and I realized like, oh, it was buried behind a bunch of videos because our podcast was also integrated with our videos. So it was like doubling up each video essentially. So now we broke
Oh, you
everything
have to
into
scroll
playlists.
through.
You had to
Yeah.
scroll through a bunch of shit. So I'm hoping now our account is more user friendly.
Yeah.
Because that's all
you
we
said
got.
You said something earlier. You said something about a little bit, and I was trying to roll right into this. Speaking a little bit, guess what I did this weekend? I think I might have sent you a snap. We went to go fucking to watch micro wrestling, which, yes, is midget wrestling.
I believe they like little people.
Little people, I'm not, whatever they like to be called, I'll call them.
Yeah.
I'll call them it. It was like 10-year-old me was fucking giggling out of that fucking, it was at a bar. It was at Belfont Brewery, the one in like what's that, Marshallton. And
Is it hilarious? Like,
it's
is it
so,
supposed to be? Is it scripted? Funny?
yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm not a big wrestling guy anyway, but I understand what it is, right? There's
it's real.
here's the it's super real, like they're fighting. There's the good, the guy that you want to cheer for, and then there's the bad guy. There's the guy that you want to go boo. So
Throws hot dogs at him and shit.
so there's this guy that comes out, and he's a Boston fan, Boston everything, and he goes, "Boo, fuck the Eagles, boo," and he's just doing it to get a rise out of people. I'm sure when they go to take micro wrestling to Boston, he probably put something else on, or maybe he's the hero there. I don't know, but he got everybody to boo him, and then you're cheering for the other guy to beat him. I'll tell you what was shocking me. They're like coming in at 3 feet tall,
They were giving their
100,
fucking stats and shit.
170 pounds. I said, what? I don't know if they were making that up. Maybe I misheard. Maybe he said 117 pounds, but that's so fucking heavy for somebody that's 3 feet tall.
Well, but the weight's got to go somewhere.
I know. Well, yeah, they're dense, but they were picking each other up. Like bouncing off the ropes. It was real, like wrestling, like real fake wrestling.
So was it wrestling or was it wrestling?
It was wrestling.
What I like to hear.
Yeah. So it was a good time. Like the first 20 minutes was just like this guy singing. He's like, "You didn't know you were coming to a rock show," and he was just singing. It was kind of
Like
weird.
a little guy just had a little microphone.
And I'd say there were probably 100 people there. There was a collective 57 teeth to go between all 100
Was
people.
it free?
No, we had to pay.
Did you?
We had to buy tickets. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they got to make their money.
So
And I was happy to do so.
I'm kind of jealous and I want to go. I
Yeah.
saw the pictures and I just like I like there was a little ref.
There was, yes. Yeah. Yeah, she got into it. She got into it too.
Of course, they have to.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Speaking of wrestling,
Yeah.
when we were at Neshaminy for the Hot Sauce Fest, do you remember we got that flyer for that wrestling thing?
Yes, I do.
So someone I'm friends with posted a picture. I was like, wait, I recognize that area, and it was where um the hot sauce, like whatever. Is that their warehouse?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, must be.
But you know who was like the host? And I didn't realize he even said the name. Mark Anderson, that big fat dude that it's time to play the game. Have you seen those memes? And look up Mark Anderson. His name is at Big Daddy Mark 40. And he has all those memes where he'll sing and it's just like a picture of his face and he'll
Is he the American former football defensive end? Mark Anderson, what do I need to look up?
It's Big Daddy Mark 40.
Big Daddy Mark. Oh, it's a Mark with a C?
Mark with a C.
Yes, I do know it. It's time to play the game.
He was the host. We could have
Really?
Yeah, or the announcer or MC. Is that whatever the term is? Yeah.
Fucking
And
Big
I was like,
Daddy
wait, that's
Mark.
fucking awesome. Now
Yeah,
I
he
kind
just
of
looks
wish
like
we went.
it actually just looks like a thumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to start going to events like that.
I would go. Hey, I'll tell you what. I think I wanted to go see, what is it, Galactic Empire for May 3rd back at Neshaminy. I think I might go to that. I might go to that.
You know what?
It sounds
I'll
like
tag
fun.
along.
Hell yeah, come.
You know, twist my arm.
But
But yeah, I saw that and I was like, man, Neshamine's a cool fucking place. I really like the brewery, and we'll be back for Hot Sauce Fest next year.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go to a bunch of shit. We always say every year, but we'll go to a
But
bunch
now
of
we're
events.
gonna actually commit to it, and I'll go to everything and say it's my favorite day of the year. I've been looking forward to this all year, and we just found out about it like the week prior.
This is my absolute favorite every time I've been here.
This is who we are, people pleasers.